Here is the third law. I'll explain the law of purpose and value. It turned out that there is a purpose according to the law of purpose before existence. And it turned out the purpose was ahead of existence. However, even if there is a purpose, whether or not it agrees well with that purpose is another problem. Human has a concept of value as a measure of whether the result properly matches to the purpose. It results with the purpose come out. Suppose that a human has a purpose for a watch. Generally, the watch tells time. So, if the time is accurate, this watch is worthy. But if the watch shows 10 minutes, 20 minutes in accurate time, I want to throw it in the rubbish bin. That is how it responds to the purpose. The purpose is codes, and the result that codes back to codes can be explained as value. On the other hand, suppose the watch is stopped. It is a mother's memento. Even that watch will not tell time accurately, but it can have value because the purpose of the watch has changed. It is memento, so it is worth as long as it fulfills the purpose of the memento. So the purpose and value go and return. In other words, the value is determined, centered on the purpose. I will apply it to life. Looking at a person who is spending every day for the purpose of self-desires, we will never say he is a good man. Such a person is evil. It can be said that it is not worth. That is, where is a measure of whether there is a value or not, is where is a person's behavioral purpose is. Next, rather than thinking about your own desires, do not bother trouble others. Such a person can be called an ordinary man. However, there are those who do their best for the neighborhood with sincerity. If you go out, buy something, and give them. If there is a sick person in next door, you throw your house up and take care of them. If you're doing this with integrity and sincerity, it is said that he is a nice person. Such a person can be said to be a good person. A little more valuable than a good person is a hero. This is said to be a hero. A man who does his best for his country, who contributed while sacrificing for the state when the country was in danger. There are heroes or heroines all over the world. However, there is a hero who saved a certain country in a fight between a certain country and certain country. And even if a statue is built, the hero becomes a villain from the enemy country. Therefore, heroes have the best value in a particular area. But as soon as they cross the boundary line, they are told badly. Therefore, there are people who are said to be fine regardless the borders. That is a great person. The big difference between a hero and a great person is that it doesn't have a boundary line of an area. In other words, people who have done for humanity far exceed the category of heroes, and even if they go to any country, they are said to be a great person. Here, the value is determined depending on how to set the purpose. Explain the law of purpose and value. Anti-great people in the value of life. Quite a few people have appeared in the past 100 years. However, there are people who are said to be most valuable saints, who have only 3 or 4 people on human history. People who live for self-desire, live for neighborhood, live for nation, live for humanity. These are all determined by extent to the range of influence given to the person who is present in the result. Please remember, everyone, the purpose of why humans were born was before human beings existed. If a human beings exist for that purpose, is no human value worthless unless it matches its purpose. That is the conclusion of the law of purpose and value. The way to decide the real value should be decided by understanding the purpose for which human beings exist and trying to their lives for that purpose. In other words, this is a person who has done for the universe. These people are called saints. Everyone, do you call Steve Jobs and Bill Gates saints, who accomplished the business such a huge success? It is amazing. You did it well. You made a lot of money. But it is a compliment to the category of how. People from the evil man to the great man only live their way closer to why in the result. The most valuable life is the position of this saint. Everyone, if you want to see what the value of your life is, wake up in the morning, and the purpose of living for today is the value of a bad man. If you want to cheat someone, if you live for the neighborhood, it is value of good person. If you're thinking seriously about your country, you are in a category of heroes. It is the value of a great man if you act thinking about humanity. For there was a purpose before human beings were born. So catch the purpose and enter the way of saints. If you try to live for that purpose, The greatest purpose of these 12 laws is to increase the value of life anyhow. If everyone knows this law, people can understand that the saint's course is the best. By organizing, it turned out that just by changing the purpose, value is dragged by it, and it will change. I explained the law of purpose and value.